Yo, what is going on, guys? Hyphen here, and today I'm gonna be showcasing my Amara build. So I'm not gonna respec. I'm just gonna hop into the skill tree because honestly I kind of forgot what I was running here. But all right, so starting off with mystical assault. Okay, basically like this build is going to go hand in hand with the recursion. So if you have a shock recursion, that is going to be one of the best for you. Shut up, dual shock. I'm trying to fucking make a video. If you have a recursion, that is going to be your best bet for this raid. If you have a shock recursion, that is going to be like the best for this raid. Now, if you have a shock and corrosive recursion, good on you, because WALKTHOUGH is going to be a lot easier if you have a corrosive variant. And you can get this recursion. I want to say General Tron. I do have a video on it, so I'll link that down in the description below so you guys can go check that out. But yeah, this build's going to be pretty much going to go hand in hand with the recursion, so hopping into the skill tree. So starting off with Brawl, you're going to put 3 points into personal space. This is going to increase bonus damage based on the distance to your target. So the closer you are, the more damage you're going to do. And this is going to go up to 36%. Moving on, you want to put 4 points into clarity. Now, I have the spiritual driver, by the way. So that's going to give me 1 point for clarity and I believe, yeah, helping hands. This is also very important. I have a video on this. I will link that in the description as well, for right next or right below or above the recursion video. You'll put 4 points in a clarity and 4 points in a helping hands. It's gonna be like damage reduction and health regeneration. And then you want to put 3 points into mindfulness on top of the 3 from the spiritual driver. This is going to increase your movement speed, and you know, with the driver, the faster you're moving, the more gun damage you're gonna do. So when everything is ricocheting with the recursion, it's just gonna stack damage. It's crazy. Put 1 point into do harm and violent tapestry just to have them, and then I have 3 points into fast hands to increase my reloading speed and pretty much my speed for like swapping weapons and stuff. And then transcend, that's going to give you 38% accuracy and 27% plus critical hit damage, and it's going to last for 12 seconds. So once you pop your action skill, it's going to be hella damage. Now this is going to be your main tree, so you want to dump 5 points into anima. This is going to allow Amara's status effects to deal increased damage over time and have increased duration, and also her action skill status effect deals further damage. So we have a nice 20% effect damage, and then effect duration goes up to 100% or plus 100%, and then action skill status effect damage is plus 40%. Onto Tempest, you want to put 5 points into that. That's going to increase your elemental and shock damage, and like I said before, to have the shock recursion, it's going to deal extra damage on top of this action skill. You want to put 5 points in a wildfire. Whenever Amara applies a status effect to an enemy, it has a chance to spread to a nearby enemy, and with 5 points into it, it's going to be up to 40%. So the status effects from the recursion are going to, you know, bounce off enemy from enemy. So to have that spread is really good. Now, Dread, Amara's gun damage is increased for a few seconds after an enemy is grasped. Whenever any player kills a grasped enemy, their current weapon is instantly reloaded. Now, this is really good for, I mean, I have this just in case I literally, well, one, we have this to get to the bottom of the tree, and plus it gives you plus 15% weapon damage after an enemy is grasped. So basically what happens is, when you have this unlocked, you're gonna, or ties that bind unlocked, you're going to deal 15 plus 15% damage on your gun, and you're going to link that damage for 35% of damage dealt between enemies. So it's pretty useful for the recursion, since that thing just ricochets back and forth. Speaking of ricocheting, you want to put 3 points into indiscriminate. This is going to allow Amara's bullets to damage enemies, have a chance to ricochet, and deal decreased damage to other nearby enemies. So we have that puppy up to 30% chance, 50 or negative 50% ricochet damage. Action skill ricochet chance is going to be 60%. So like I said, that's gonna go like hand in hand with dread and ties that bind. But also, yeah, that's pretty much it for that. For indiscriminate. Moving on to deep well, you just want to have that to increase your magazine size. It's pretty nice. Get a little extra 20% ammo in your clip. So moving on to sustainment, this is going to be where a lot of lifesteal and regeneration is going to come into play. Besides the brawl tree already, your lifesteal is going to be 20% of damage dealt. So, and you're doing to get lifesteal, you have to have elemental damage with your weapon. So we're already putting out, you know, all different types of elements with the shock recursion, and that thing is just putting out massive shock damage by itself, along with incendiary and corrosive. So 20% of that damage is going to be back into your health bar. And then obviously you want to finish off with forceful expression. Amara's guns deal bonus elemental damage based on her action skill element. Current effect bonus elemental damage is 18% of damage dealt, so this is going to be bonus elemental damage on top of 18% of damage dealt to enemies. So I know I kind of bounce back and forth between the items here, so I'll just start from the top. We got a recursion, a shock and a corrosive recursion with some god roll anointment would probably be your best bet. Unfortunately, I don't have one that can switch between shock and corrosive right now, but in the future, hopefully, you know. The brainstormer can also be used for this, but this is the recursion's pretty much going to be your main weapon. It's so broken. Holy crap. The hype is real. But the brainstormer is a really good alternative. It kind of does the same thing as the recursion, except the recursion obviously, you know, bounces around with like this disc that comes out of it, or the shots that come out of it. The brainstormer just changed lightning to groups of enemies that are in one spot. So you have like two enemies separated across the room. The recursion can like bounce back and forth between them, but the brainstormer's not going to reach that far. I also run a corrosive cutsman just in case, because you know I don't have corrosive on my recursion yet, so this is my go-to whenever I feel like I'm running low on ammo to fight a kraken or something, or like Wotan is super low and I'm just like not taking the chances with the ricochet, so I would just use a cutsman to finish them off. Now oh, I also forgot to mention, so for this right here I run ties that bind, and then when you come on over to here, basically this skill tree, you just want to get to this perk right here. So lifesteal is going to increase. It's going to be 30% of skill damage dealt, which is pretty dope. And for the elemental damage, I'm using shock as far as that goes, because I'm running a transformer, so whenever I, you know, do this, I don't instantly kill myself, and I'm still getting my mindfulness stacks, which they currently only stack up to 15 when I'm doing it this way. But whenever I start whenever I'm like in the raid or something and I take any little kind of form of damage, the mindfulness stack goes up to like 25. So it's pretty good for running the raid, that's for sure. If you guys want to just use this build to use it, it is pretty fun. I love running around with the spiritual driver personally, because I just feel like I'm zooming through everything, and I like fast-paced games, and this kind of like sums it up for me right here. I can just move quick, although I wish I was on PC. PlayStation's fun and all, but the game is laggy as fuck whenever I shoot my recursion, my frames drop like a motherfucker, but that's okay. I might just have to get out on PC eventually, but that means I'd have to start over. So I'm just waiting on Gearbox to be like, yo, we got like cross-platform enabled and everything, and cross-save. So I'm waiting on that, and then I'll make the switch to PC if that is the move. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video today. If you guys enjoy this video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and come check out the Discord, man. We want to just chill with you guys and play some games with you. And if you guys got any questions, you can just PM us in Discord, or you can just, like, you know, add us. We have like 4 different chats for Borderlands right now. We have a discussion chat that is like main discussion. We can discuss updates, pretty much everything there. And we have 3 different chats for like platform related stuff. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today.
Hope you guys did enjoy the video,
and we will see you in the next one. Peace out.
I just wanna be big, bands all on me, I wanna break them like a twig. Don't ask me what's in my cup unless you tryna take a swig. Don't rap for the money, I'm just rapping for the gig.